Okay, Introduction to Engineering Design. This is puzzle cube piece number 4, the yellow one. We're going to go ahead and make that. You can see it's basically an L shape with 2 extrusions on the back side of it. So let's do this a little different way. Let's make an L and let's extrude it to the full depth of 1.5 inches. And then we'll do 2 cuts. I'm going to go File, New, Part. And we'll start out with a sketch. Sketch, selecting the front plane. And we'll shape our L. Again, this is about the 4th time you all have seen this, so you probably are following along pretty good. I've finished my sketch outline, and now what I need to do is dimension it. That's 3/4 of an inch. This is 1.5 inches. Whoops. 1.5, not 4.5. And this is 2.25. Let me back that up once. Let me give this dimension first. Before I do that and collapse my drawing, I'm going to do the smaller dimension. Now let's change this to 2.25. And I've got my L shape. Fully defined. Exit my dimension. Exit my sketch. Go out to my feature. Extrude it. I want 0.75, or actually 1.5 inches. And blind. And then let's go into the paper. Accept it. Now I've got a larger block than what I do showing in my hand sketch. What I need to do is I need to cut a 3/4 inch cube out there and a 3/4 inch cube from that side. So let's start with the top cube cut. Sorry, I keep doing that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sketch. I'm going to select this face, and I want to cut a square, a 3/4 inch square, coincident with that back corner. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle. Accept my rectangle, and then dimension my rectangle at 0.75 by 0.75. Fully defined. Accept my dimensions. Exit my sketch. Go to Features, and this time I want to cut. So as we roll the model around, you can see that it's trying to cut blind at 1.5. And what I really want to do is cut through all. That through all command will cut through all surfaces that are in contact with it. Contour is sketch 2. Accept it, and I cut out that piece of material. Our next cut is this little square right there. So let's go ahead and do it on this back surface. So I'm going to roll my model around. And I want to cut out a square. When I look at this right side, I want to cut a square out right there. So let's go ahead and do that and start another sketch. Actually, let's just do it from an extruded cut. Now we'll do it from a sketch. Select my surface to sketch on. Select my square. Drag a rectangle out. Accept my rectangle. And then start to dimension it. Again, 3/4 by 3/4. Fully defined sketch. Accept it, exit my sketch. And I'm going to now do a extruded cut. You can see it wants to cut all the way through there. Well, I don't need to cut all the way through there. What I need to do is I need to only cut 3/4 of an inch deep. So let's change that to 0.75 and see what it looks like. Now you can see I'm just going to cut this block out. What it's going to do is it's going to give me a 0 thickness boundary where the brown square and the gray square meet. And what Solidworks is telling you is it's saying, hey, I can't really make that cut. And I can't make that cut because it's mathematically impossible to have these two meet at that point and have 0 thickness. So I can make either my cut a little thin, which is what I'm going to do. Let me show you the message it gives you when you do that. tells me, hey, look, I got unable to create a zero thickness geometry. So you can go click on that X, and let's go ahead and change this depth here, and let's make it 0.7499. It'll give it a thousandth of an inch, a little under a 10,000th. And now it will allow you to cut it. So let's go ahead and do the cut now. And you see that I've got a tiny little bit of material, a 10,000th of material in between these two edges. It's just kind of a little bit of a cheat. So now I've got my three-dimensional model. And let me go to my default view and roll that around. Okay, let's change the color on it. So that looks yellow. So let's choose my model and then choose yellow. And I can get rid of that face. Accept it. File, save as, and this is piece number 4. That's piece 4.